fellow life theorists, and welcome to another enlightening session. Today, we are about to embark on a journey to the heart of simplicity. We've curated a special list of 15 life-enhancing strategies, each designed to help you declutter, refocus, and ultimately, simplify your life. From effective time management to breaking free from external validation, from understanding the difference between urgent and important tasks to living life on your own terms, we will delve into each topic, presenting an engaging narrative and offering a practical approach. As we navigate through this course, we invite you to open your minds, question your habits, and be ready to redefine your lifestyle. Are you ready to embrace the beauty of simplicity? Let's get started. Number 1. Maximize your time with effective calendar management. In the modern world, time often feels like a precious commodity that's constantly slipping through our fingers. With countless responsibilities and distractions, it's easy to fall into the trap of feeling constantly busy but accomplishing little. The first step towards simplifying your life begins with mastering your own time through effective calendar management. Imagine this. Sarah is an ambitious professional juggling her job, personal commitments, and a host of other responsibilities. She often feels overwhelmed and finds that her to-do list is a never-ending cascade of tasks. The stress of it all is affecting her productivity and overall happiness. Sarah decides to turn things around by effectively managing her calendar. She starts scheduling her tasks, setting specific time slots for each, and allocating time for breaks. Instead of juggling several tasks at once, Sarah focuses on one task at a time. She even designates specific times for checking emails and other potential distractions, allowing her to stay focused on the task at hand. Slowly, Sarah begins to notice a change. She feels less overwhelmed, and her productivity improves. She has more time for herself and her loved ones, and she is no longer plagued by the constant stress of feeling behind. Effective calendar management is a simple yet powerful tool. It not only helps in optimizing time but also brings a sense of control and organization to your life. The key is to understand that your time is valuable and should be treated as such. Be selective with your commitments and ensure that your time is spent on tasks that align with your goals and values. When you take control of your calendar, you take control of your life, leading to increased productivity, reduced stress, and a simpler, more fulfilling life. Remember, life theorists, in the grand tapestry of life, time is the thread that weaves everything together. How you manage it can significantly impact the picture you ultimately create. Number 2. Establish a consistent morning routine for productivity. In the quest for a simplified and efficient life, establishing a consistent morning routine plays a pivotal role. The initial hours of the day set the tone for the rest of it, and with a well-structured routine, you can kickstart your day on a high note, paving the way for productivity and positivity. Consider this scenario. A young entrepreneur who struggles to balance his professional and personal life. He often finds himself feeling sluggish and uninspired, his mornings usually spent rushing to catch up on emails and urgent tasks. Realizing that his chaotic mornings are affecting his overall productivity and mood, he decides to establish a consistent morning routine. He starts waking up a little earlier than usual, giving himself some quiet time before the hustle of the day begins. He uses this time to meditate, setting a calm and focused tone for the day. After this, he goes for a short run, getting his body moving and the endorphins flowing. Then, he spends a few minutes planning his day, setting priorities, and preparing his mind for the tasks ahead. Within a few weeks, his mornings are no longer chaotic, but peaceful and energizing. He enters his workspace feeling refreshed and focused, ready to take on the day's challenges. His productivity improves, and he even finds time for hobbies and relaxation in the evenings. Establishing a consistent morning routine, life theorists, is a testament to the power of small habits in achieving significant changes. A well-planned morning can make your entire day more manageable and stress-free. Remember, your morning routine should reflect your personal goals and lifestyle. Whether it's exercise, meditation, reading, or planning, choose activities that energize you and prepare you for a productive day. Number 3. Avoid consuming negative news and media. In a world that's constantly buzzing with information, it's crucial to be selective about what we consume, especially when it comes to news and media. While staying informed is essential, a constant barrage of negative news can impact our mental well-being and overall outlook on life. Let's imagine a scenario involving Lisa, a young professional. Lisa starts her day by scrolling through her phone, checking out the latest news. These days, it seems like every headline is more alarming than the last: natural disasters, political unrest, economic crises. As she reads, she feels her stress levels rising, even before her day has properly begun. Recognizing this pattern, Lisa decides to make a change. She stops checking the news first thing in the morning and instead reserves a specific time in the day for it. She becomes selective about the sources she follows, favoring those that offer balanced reporting over those that peddle sensationalism. She also starts spending more time consuming uplifting content, books that inspire her, podcasts that educate her, and articles that offer solutions rather than dwelling on problems. The results are transformative. Lisa feels less stressed and more in control of her emotional state. She's still informed, but the information no longer overwhelms her. She's able to approach her day with a positive mindset, her mood unmarred by the negativity often inherent in the news. Life theorists, the media we consume significantly impacts our perspective and mental health. Constant exposure to negative news can lead to a phenomenon known as mean world syndrome, where people perceive the world to be more dangerous than it actually is. Remember, it's not about being ignorant, it's about consuming news responsibly and not letting it consume you. Number 4. Set clear short-term, mid-term, and long-term goals for success. The path to a simplified life is paved with clear, achievable goals. Imagine sailing on the vast ocean. Without a destination in mind, you'd drift aimlessly, carried by the whims of the waves and wind. But with a set course, every adjustment of the sail, every movement at the helm, brings you closer to your intended destination. The same principle applies to our lives. Consider the story of Maya, a recent college graduate. She finds herself overwhelmed by the number of potential paths she could take. Should she continue her studies? Dive straight into the job market? Start her own business? The possibilities seem endless, and the lack of direction leaves her feeling stressed and paralyzed. Then, Maya decides to try something new. She takes some time to reflect on her true passions and where she'd like to see herself in the future. She then sets clear short-term, mid-term, and long-term goals that align with her vision. In the short term, she decides to gain practical experience by entering the job market. Her mid-term goal is to save enough money to go back to school for an advanced degree in her field of interest. And in the long term, she dreams of starting her own company that combines her passion and expertise. With these goals in mind, Maya's decisions become much more straightforward. Every choice she makes serves a purpose, bringing her one step closer to her dreams. Her life becomes simpler and less cluttered by unnecessary stress and confusion. Number 5. Learn to prioritize and say no to unnecessary commitments. One of the most powerful tools for simplifying your life lies in a tiny, 2-letter word: no. Many of us, driven by a desire to please others or a fear of missing out, often find ourselves overcommitting, stretching ourselves too thin, and ultimately experiencing unnecessary stress. But in order to simplify our lives, we need to become more selective about where we invest our time and energy. Consider the hypothetical scenario of Julia, a busy professional. Julia is known for being the go-to person at her office, always ready to lend a helping hand, take on extra projects, and stay late to ensure everything gets done. Outside of work, she's equally committed, juggling various social events, community service, and personal hobbies. Over time, however, Julia begins to feel exhausted and overwhelmed. Her life feels chaotic, and she struggles to find time for herself. Realizing she needs a change, Julia decides to start prioritizing and saying no to unnecessary commitments. She begins by identifying what truly matters to her: her health, her family, and her passion for her work. She then assesses her current commitments, asking herself whether each one aligns with her priorities. Julia begins to decline projects that don't directly contribute to her career growth. She starts saying no to social events that she attends out of obligation rather than enjoyment. She even learns to delegate tasks at home, sharing responsibilities more equally with her family members. As Julia becomes more selective about her commitments, she notices a significant shift. She feels less rushed, her stress levels decrease, and she finds more time to spend on the things that truly matter to her. Her life becomes simpler, yet more satisfying. Number 6. Achieve financial freedom by paying off your debts. Financial freedom is something many of us aspire to, yet often feel is out of reach. However, by focusing on paying off debts, this desirable state of financial independence becomes not only possible, but probable. Debt, whether it's credit card balances, student loans, or a mortgage, can be a constant source of stress and complexity in our lives. Simplifying your life often means tackling these financial obligations head-on. Imagine a man named Eric. He's working a decent job and has a comfortable lifestyle, but there's a problem. Each month, a large chunk of his income is eaten up by various debt repayments, leaving him with little to save or invest. Eric feels like he's stuck in a loop, constantly working to pay off his debts but making little headway. After attending a financial planning seminar, Eric decides to make a change. He realizes that if he wants to simplify his life and achieve financial freedom, he must focus on eliminating his debts. He starts by creating a budget, tracking his income and expenses, and identifying areas where he can cut back. He then uses these savings to make extra payments on his debts, focusing first on those with the highest interest rates. Over time, Eric begins to see progress. Each paid-off debt means one less monthly payment to worry about, one less financial obligation hanging over his head. He feels lighter, less stressed, and more in control of his finances. As he continues to pay off his debts, he's able to start saving and investing more, taking him closer to his goal of financial freedom. Number 7. Break free from seeking approval and validation from others. One of the most liberating things you can do in life is to stop seeking approval and validation from others. It's a simple idea, but it's one that can dramatically simplify your life and boost your self-esteem. Too often, we allow our happiness and self-worth to be dictated by the opinions of others, a habit that can cause unnecessary stress and complexity in our lives. Consider a young woman named Lucy. She has always been concerned about what others think of her. From her choice of career to her fashion sense, she constantly seeks validation from her friends, family, and colleagues. This constant need for approval has left her feeling anxious and drained, always second-guessing her decisions and struggling to satisfy everyone's expectations. One day, Lucy stumbles upon a life theory video about self-confidence and self-approval. She realizes that she has been giving too much power to others, allowing their opinions to dictate her choices. She decides to make a change. Lucy begins by challenging her need for external validation. When she makes a decision, she asks herself if it's truly what she wants or if she's trying to please someone else. She also starts practicing self-compassion, reminding herself that it's okay to make mistakes and that she doesn't need to be perfect to be loved and accepted. Over time, Lucy notices a shift. She feels less stressed, more confident, and more authentic. She's making choices based on her own wants and needs, not the opinions of others. She's simplified her life by breaking free from the cycle of seeking external approval and validation. Number 8. Expand your mind and knowledge through reading. Reading is one of the most effective ways to expand your mind and knowledge. It's not just about gaining information or enjoying a good story, it's about understanding different perspectives, enhancing creativity, and developing a lifelong habit of learning. Reading has the power to broaden our horizons and simplify our life by providing a fresh perspective on the world around us. Imagine a person named Alex who lives in a small town and has never traveled far. Alex feels confined by the limited experiences and perspectives available in his immediate surroundings. He dreams of exploring different cultures, understanding various philosophies, and gaining insight into the complexities of the world. One day, a friend suggests that Alex start reading books. Intrigued, Alex picks up a novel set in a different country and time period. As he delves into the pages, he finds himself immersed in a world vastly different from his own. He discovers new cultures, customs, and ideas that he had never considered before. Motivated by this newfound understanding, Alex develops a reading habit. He explores a range of genres, from history and science to philosophy and fiction. Every book he reads opens up a new world for him, stimulating his imagination and expanding his knowledge. Alex's life begins to change. He becomes more understanding and open-minded. His conversations become more engaging as he can talk about different topics with depth and insight. He even starts thinking creatively to solve problems in his everyday life, applying the knowledge and perspectives he gained from reading. The power of reading, life theorists, is immense. It can expand your mind, broaden your perspective, and empower you to understand the world better. It's a beautiful journey of exploration and learning that can simplify your life by giving you clarity and insight. So, pick up a book and let the adventure begin. You never know where it might lead you. Number 9. Understand the importance of urgent vs. important tasks. Understanding the distinction between what's urgent and what's important is key to simplifying your life and increasing productivity. This critical difference often gets blurred in the hustle of everyday life, leading to stress, burnout, and an unfulfilling sense of accomplishment. Consider this scenario. Laura is a project manager at a software development firm. Every day, she faces a barrage of tasks, each seeming as critical as the other. Her inbox is always full, her phone constantly rings, and her to-do list seems endless. The pressure of handling these urgent tasks leaves her no time for strategic planning or personal development, tasks she considers important but not necessarily urgent. Overwhelmed, Laura decides to adopt the Eisenhower decision matrix, a time management principle that categorizes tasks based on their urgency and importance. She realizes that not every urgent task is important and not every important task is urgent. She starts categorizing her tasks into 4 quadrants: important and urgent, important but not urgent, not important but urgent, and not important and not urgent. She soon notices that many tasks she perceived as urgent were actually not that important. They were interruptions, distractions, or tasks better suited for delegation. Laura begins to focus on the important tasks, regardless of their urgency. She spends more time strategizing, planning, and learning activities that are important for her personal and professional growth but often sidelined due to perceived lack of urgency. Understanding the difference between urgent and important tasks brought simplicity and effectiveness to Laura's work life. By prioritizing important tasks, she was able to reduce stress, increase productivity, and find more satisfaction in her work. Number 10. Live life on your own terms and don't succumb to external pressures. Living life on your own terms and not succumbing to external pressures is a compelling way to simplify your life and make it more fulfilling. There's a sense of serenity that comes with the realization that your life is yours to live, not something to be dictated by societal norms, peer pressure, or even family expectations. Imagine you're in the shoes of Alex, a talented artist with a passion for painting. Alex's family has a long-standing tradition of careers in law and, naturally, they expect him to follow suit. But Alex's heart lies in art. The pressure to conform to his family's expectations weighs heavily on him, causing him to feel lost and disconnected from his true self. One day, Alex decides he's had enough. He has a heart-to-heart conversation with his family, expressing his love for art and his desire to pursue it as a career. His family, although surprised, respects his decision. They realize that forcing him into law could lead to an unfulfilled life and potential resentment. Embarking on his artistic journey, Alex faces several challenges, but he feels a profound sense of satisfaction and freedom. He starts living life on his terms, no longer under the shadow of external pressures. As he grows as an artist, his confidence increases, and he develops a deeper understanding of himself and his capabilities. His paintings resonate with his audience, earning him recognition and respect in the art community. Living life on your terms, like Alex, might not always be the easiest path. It may involve tough decisions, uncomfortable conversations, and even periods of self-doubt. However, the reward of personal fulfillment and inner peace makes it a risk worth taking. Number 11. Declutter your home for a clear mind and improved focus. There's an old saying that a cluttered space equals a cluttered mind. And if you've ever spent time in a chaotic, disorganized environment, you'll likely agree. Our surroundings can profoundly impact our mental state and productivity, so why not use that knowledge to our advantage? Today's topic is about decluttering your home for a clear mind and improved focus. Consider this scenario. Sarah, a freelance writer, works from home. Her workspace is filled with piles of old papers, books strewn about, and random objects cluttering her desk. She often spends precious time looking for essential documents or misplaced items. The chaos around her distracts her, leading to difficulty focusing on her work and meeting deadlines. Realizing the impact of her cluttered environment on her productivity and mental peace, Sarah decides to declutter her workspace. She starts by sorting through the piles of paper, recycling what she doesn't need, and filing important documents. She donates books she no longer needs and finds appropriate places for other items. As she declutters, she notices an immediate shift in her workspace's ambience. It feels lighter, more open. When she sits down to work in her newly organized space, she finds that her concentration has improved significantly. Her mind isn't bouncing around from one piece of clutter to another. She's more productive and less stressed, all thanks to her decision to declutter her environment. Decluttering your home, life theorists, is more than just an aesthetic choice. It's about creating a sanctuary where your mind can relax and focus. A clean, organized space can lead to a clean, organized mind. So, take a look around your home. If you see clutter, consider it a sign that your mind needs some decluttering too. Start small, one area at a time, and gradually, you'll notice the positive impact it has on your mental clarity and focus. It's a simple yet effective way to simplify your life. Number 12. Limit social media consumption for mental clarity. Picture this, life theorists. Jane, a creative professional, begins her day by scrolling through her social media feeds. She sees posts of friends on exotic holidays, colleagues achieving professional milestones, and influencers living what appears to be a picture-perfect life. Before she knows it, an hour has passed. Now, instead of feeling motivated to start her day, she feels overwhelmed, inadequate, and anxious. Recognizing this pattern, Jane decides to limit her social media consumption. She sets specific times for browsing these platforms and utilizes app features that remind her when she's reached her daily limit. She also begins her mornings with activities that fuel her creativity and bring her joy, such as painting or walking her dog. Over time, Jane notices a significant shift in her mindset. Her mornings are no longer filled with comparisons and negative self-talk, but with peace and creativity. She has more time to invest in her work and hobbies. She experiences less anxiety and more mental clarity. She realizes that while social media can be a tool for connection and inspiration, it can also lead to feelings of inadequacy and a distorted perception of reality when not used mindfully. Number 13. Take responsibility for your success and stop relying on others. Imagine this scenario, life theorists. Meet John, a budding entrepreneur with a revolutionary idea. However, he consistently finds himself waiting for others to validate his concepts, to offer funding, or to magically clear the path for his business to thrive. He often laments about how he would have been successful if only his friends had supported him more or if only he had been given a golden opportunity. This externalized responsibility, however, is a significant roadblock in his journey to success. Recognizing the flaw in his thinking, John decides to change his approach. He begins taking responsibility for his success and stops relying on others to make things happen. He starts working tirelessly on his business, seeking knowledge, improving his skills, and navigating the challenging entrepreneurial landscape on his own terms. In doing so, John discovers a newfound sense of control and confidence. He realizes that the key to his success lies within him, not in the validation, approval, or support of others. This shift in mindset allows him to make more informed decisions, overcome obstacles with resilience, and ultimately, make significant strides in his entrepreneurial journey. So, dear life theorists, remember that your success is not dependent on others. It's easy to fall into the trap of blaming circumstances or people for our lack of progress, but true success lies in taking control of your own destiny. It's about accepting responsibility for your choices, your actions, and their outcomes. When you stop waiting for others to pave your way to success and start carving your own path, you simplify your journey and get closer to achieving your goals. So, take the reins, rely on your strengths, and remember that the power to succeed lies within you. Number 14. Automate your life for efficiency and freedom. Amanda starts by automating her bill payments, so she never has to worry about missing a due date. She then sets up her email to automatically sort messages into different folders, saving her from the stress of an overflowing inbox. She even automates her grocery shopping by subscribing to a delivery service that brings her household necessities every month. This newfound approach frees up an astonishing amount of time for Amanda. She no longer has to remember due dates or sort through countless emails. More than just the convenience, automation brings a sense of freedom to Amanda's life. She now has more time to focus on her work, her personal development, and even some much-needed relaxation. In the grand scheme of things, automation might seem like a small change. But, as Amanda's story illustrates, it can have a profound impact on our lives. By letting technology handle the repetitive tasks, we can dedicate our energy to what truly matters. The time saved can be invested in our relationships, our hobbies, or our dreams. We can simplify our lives, reduce stress, and experience a greater sense of freedom. Number 15. Eliminate alcohol from your life for improved well-being. Welcome back, dear life theorists. Today, we invite you to imagine a world where you're free from the chains of alcohol. Picture Paul, an ordinary man who enjoys socializing and often finds himself with a glass of wine at dinners, parties, or even a casual night at home. Over time, this occasional indulgence transforms into a daily habit. Paul doesn't realize it, but alcohol starts impacting his health, relationships, and overall quality of life. One day, Paul stumbles upon a documentary about the effects of alcohol. He is taken aback by the health risks associated with excessive drinking, such as liver disease, heart problems, and even mental health issues. This revelation motivates Paul to eliminate alcohol from his life. The initial days are challenging, but Paul remains committed. As weeks turn into months, he notices a dramatic shift in his life. He wakes up feeling more energized, his skin looks healthier, he's more productive at work, and his relationships improve as well. He's also saving a significant amount of money that was previously spent on alcohol. This journey of Paul is a testament to the immense positive change that eliminating alcohol can bring. It's not about branding alcohol as the villain, but about taking control of your health and well-being. Understandably, it's a personal choice, but even reducing consumption can lead to improved physical health, sharper mental clarity, and better emotional stability. It's a journey worth embarking upon, and we're thrilled to be part of it with you. Thank you for being with us today. Remember to always keep on rising, keep on learning, and keep on simplifying. Until next time, dear life theorists, take care.